Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title, I'm going to be showing you guys some brunch ideas, meals to cook at home. You can do this for Valentine's Day, since Valentine is coming up. You can cook for your special someone, or you can have have this on your own if you want. If you don't want to share, if you don't want to cook for anyone, you cook for yourself, no problem. If you want to know how I made all of these foods, then keep on watching. So for my first meal, I'm going to be making some Thai green curry. Just to let you know, I've already cooked my rice, so you just want to cook the rice according to the pack instructions. And then now I'm going to be chopping up my aubergines into small medium size. And once you've done that, we're going to be chopping up our peppers. Wow, look at that transition. Here for it. Okay, so now we're going to be heating a little bit of oil in a pan over a high heat, and then we're going to be frying our chicken and aubergines for about 3 minutes, making sure that we mix it consistently. Just to let you know as well that all the ingredients that you're going to need for all of these meals will be in the description. Okay, so once that's looking good, we're going to add garlic coconut paste, and then we're just going to mix that through. Once we've mixed all of that in, we're now going to be adding our Thai green paste, which is a mix of ginger, garlic and lemongrass. So just mixing it through, making sure that everything is incorporated together, living harmoniously. Is that a word? Harmoniously? Living in harmony. Wow. Now we're going to be adding our peppers. So you're then going to add your coconut milk, and then we're going to mix that in. Look at that, guys. Oh, it just looks so good. I'm getting hungry all over again. So I've added Thai green garnish, which is a fragrant dried coconut mixed with coriander, and I'm just going to mix that all together. Oh, look at that, guys. But once everything is mixed in for about 10 minutes, you're going to cover it and just leave it, and after about 10 minutes more, everything should be done. It's time to assemble. Look at that, guys. We're going to garnish the rice just for aesthetics. So for our next meal, we are going to be making some chicken, mushroom and waffle. We are going to be slicing up our mushrooms into 3 because you want it to be chunky so it can look like chicken, but it's not. But nobody will know until they taste it. But this is a really good meal. And then we're going to have our wet and dry ingredients. So in the first wet bowl, we are going to be including flour, grounded pepper and milk. We're going to mix it into a paste, making sure that the consistency is not too runny and it's not too thick. And then for our dry bowl, we are going to be adding some flour, grounded pepper and breadcrumbs. You can also add like Maggi or any type of seasoning really. So we're going to be coating our mushroom into our wet bowl first, and then into our dry bowl. And then once all of our mushroom have been coated, we are going to fry it on medium to high heat. Look at that, guys. So you basically want to just fry each side about 2 minutes or until they're golden brown. And then once both sides are golden brown like so, we are going to be removing it. And you're just going to want to put it into a bowl or container or anything with some paper towels, just so that we can drain all the excess oil. So once all our mushrooms are fried, we're going to move on to our waffles. So I've got here some melted butter, flour, some caster sugar, 2 eggs, and then I'm going to be adding some milk. So I'm going to be adding my milk a little bit at a time, because I really don't want my consistency to be too runny, and I don't want to make too much because there wasn't a lot of people that were going to eat this anyway. So I didn't want to make too much and have it wasted. So if you have a waffle maker, great. If you don't, you can order some waffle silicone holders online, which is what I've got here. So I'm just going to spray that with some oil, and then I'm going to put some of my mixture into each compartment, and then I'm going to put it in my preheated oven. Again, all the ingredients and measurements will be listed in the description below. Once that's done, it's time to assemble. Oh, guys, look at that. Oh my gosh. Who would actually believe this is mushroom? Unless you taste it, you won't know. Anyway, I'm going to be sprinkling some powdered sugar. Yes, a bit more. I'm going to need a bit more than that. Definitely. I've got a sweet tooth, so yes, this is a lot to some, but not to me. And then after that, we're going to drizzle that baby. You're going to drizzle it. Guys, I promise you, you're going to enjoy it. Yum. Okay, now we are going to be making some French toast. So in my bowl, I've got eggs, caster sugar, and milk. And I'm going to whisk it, or mix it rather, because I'm using a spoon here. So I'm just going to mix it all together. And then we're going to submerge both sides of our breads. Yeah, both sides of our bread into it. And then we're going to fry it on medium heat. And again, you're just going to want to fry both sides on for about 2 minutes or until golden brown, like so. And literally once you're done, oh god, oh my gosh. I'm getting hungry all over again, honestly. You don't have to cut it, but I just wanted to cut it just for aesthetics. And then you're going to decorate it. I have a sweet tooth, so I was the only one that had this at home. No one else had it. That's fine for me. Okay, moving on, we are going to be making Cuban prawn pasta. So I'm basically cutting my cherry tomatoes in half. So I started it portrait, shall I say, but then I realized that it was better to do it landscape. So you see here, you see the shape. Yeah, it's better to chop it up like that. Yeah, so once I did all of that, packed it up, cleaned my board, and then I cut up my asparagus. Let me know in the comments below if you guys like asparagus. Like, I like it when it's mixed into something, but I've never actually used it. This is actually my first time, so all of the stuff that all the extra asparagus, I guess, on the left are bits that I threw away because I wasn't really sure how much you can actually use of asparagus. So yeah, let me know if you guys are a fan of asparagus. Anyway, so once our water is boiling, we're going to be adding our pasta, like so. So I actually forgot to wash this pasta, so halfway through I realized then I had to wash it, which meant obviously the salt that I added was a waste because then I had to re-add salt. So yeah, don't forget to wash your pasta, guys, because it's just long in the process. Luckily it wasn't too soft. Okay, so now we're going to heat a little bit of oil in a frying pan over medium-high heat, and then we're going to cook the prawns for about 2 minutes, and we're going to keep flipping them. So this is what basically I'm showing you a box that I'm using from Simply Cook, and it gives you some of the spices that you can add in your recipes. So the first one I'm going to be using is Mojo seasoning, which is citrus, garlic and chili. I'm going to leave a bit for, you know, to garnish it at the end. So I'm just going to mix all of that in with my prawns. So I'm going to be mixing it for about 30 seconds and then I'm going to take it out of the pan. And then I'm going to throw in my tomatoes and asparagus. And then I'm also using the garlic paste, which is basically concentrated garlic paste. So I'm going to mix all of that in for about 3 minutes again. I'd recommend mixing it in for a bit less. Like, you don't want the tomatoes to kind of get too soft, which is what I found happened to mine. And then it, you know, it didn't have any definition when it came to dishing out my pasta, so I didn't really like that. And then I added in my cream, and then I added the prawns again, and then I'm going to be adding in my pasta. Could you imagine this with cheese? Ooh, Debbie, stop it. And then I'm just going to mix all of that in. But do you guys see what I'm saying about the tomatoes? There wasn't any definition to it after a while because it was just soft. But next time when I cook it, I'm definitely going to cook my tomatoes last, just so it has more depth into it. But guys, look at that. Look at this beauty. Look at that beauty. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Guys, you have to try this and let me know what you think about it in the comments. Please, please, please try this. Okay, next we are going to be making some Churrasco Halloumi burger. I hope I said that right. But we've got our sweet tomatoes. So it's sweet tomatoes. So we've got our we've got our sweet potatoes. I'm just going to be showing you guys how I make them look like wedges. So I take the top and the bottom off, and then I'm just basically chopping them just to make them look like wedge slices. So you want to put some water to boil, and then after you want to put your sweet potatoes in the pan, leave them for a bit, and we're going to start with our halloumi. So I've got here chili halloumi that I bought from Lidl, and then I'm just going to slice it into 3 sections because there was 3 of us in the house, so I decided just to make a burger for each person. And again, I'm going to be using the Simply Cook box. So here I am glazing my halloumi with some paprika and garlic seasoning. I'm just going to make sure I rub it on both sides. I'm going to add a bit of oil onto it, and then I'm going to put it in my air fryer for about 10 minutes, just until it browns. Okay, so by that time my potatoes have softened, and then I'm going to be adding some spicy wedge mix. I'm not quite sure what's in this seasoning, but it just says spicy wedge mix. Bringing restaurant quality flavor to wedges. They don't want you guys to know. That's why. They don't want you guys to replicate the ingredients. That's why they're not telling us what's inside it. But it was really nice. But I guess you can just use whatever seasoning you have just to season your sweet potato. Once I've mixed that in, I'm going to spray a bit of oil on that, and then I'm going to put that into the oven. So now we are making our, I don't know how to say it, but it's A-I-O-L-I. I say aioli. So I'm mixing in some mayonnaise with some saffron seasoning. Again, it's saffron seasoning. That's what they've put there. I've tried to see if I can find what's in it, but it literally just says saffron seasoning fragrant saffron brings the aioli to life. I'm guessing saffron is the seasoning, so if you guys know about saffron, then there you go. But again, you can use any type of seasoning you want with mayonnaise. I'm sure it will taste fine. So now by this time, while I cut up my tomatoes, everything should be done. My halloumi should be browning, my potato should be done. So I've got some brioche buns, my favourite, and I'm just going to put some lettuce on top of that, add the tomato, add the halloumi, add the aioli sauce, add a bit more lettuce, top that with the top bun, put some toothpick in it. It's not a real burger if it doesn't have a toothpick to hold it in. Yes, I'm going to be adding my potato wedges. And guys, there you have it. We have some halloumi burger with some potato wedges. So guys, let me know in the comments down below if you like what you are looking at. Let me know, guys, what you think of all the meals that I've just shown you. Let me know which ones you try, which one you like. And be sure to leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.